Welcome back to the China Law 101 video series. I'm your host, Edgar Choi from Law in a Minute. In today's video, we will talk about the process and documents that are needed for one to work legally in China. First and foremost, foreigners who wish to work in China must be at least 80 years of age and in good health. They must also hold a valid passport or other international travel document required in lieu of a passport. In addition, they must be equipped with professional qualifications and have worked in the relevant field for at least 2 years. Finally, they must have no criminal record and hold an employment contract. To obtain a notification letter of the foreigner's work permit, the employer must first apply online using the service system for foreigners working in China and submit electronic materials and paper materials according to the prompts. If the application is approved, the employer can download and print the notification letter. The employee is also required to submit a number of documents, including a photocopy of their passport, a recent 2-inch front photo with a white or blue background, a photocopy of their medical examination certificate, a resume in Chinese, the original copy and a photocopy of their undergraduate diploma or professional qualification certificate, the Chinese translation of their academic qualifications, a certificate of accumulated 2 years of work experience, the Chinese translation of the certificate of work experience, and a certificate of no criminal record authenticated by the local Chinese embassy or consulates in their country. The employer must also submit a number of documents, including the original copy and a photocopy of their business license with an official seal, the original and a photocopy of the approval license with an official seal required to be provided by a wholly foreign-owned enterprise or a foreign joint venture only, a photocopy of the company's Articles of Association, a photocopy of the joint venture contract that is required to be provided by the joint venture or cooperative enterprise only, the original and a photocopy of the social insurance registration certificate of the company, a written application for hiring foreign workers specifying the reason for employment and the position, a letter indicating the intention of the employer's employment for the foreigner, and a foreigner employment application form bearing a 2-inch photo. After obtaining the notification letter of the foreigner's work permit, the foreigner must visit the Chinese embassy in their country to obtain a Z visa to enter China. Once in China, the Z visa is valid for 30 days to enable the employer to complete the work permit application. It is important to note that any materials in foreign languages must be translated into Chinese and stamped with the official seal of the translation agency. The term of the labor contract between an employer and foreigner should not exceed 5 years. After the work permit application is approved, the employer must personally go to the designated venue and, if required, submit hard copies of the foreigner's documents and pick up the work permit card. The foreigner must register with the local police station where they are staying within 24 hours of arrival and obtain a certificate of temporary accommodation form. Once the work permit card has been issued, the foreigner and their employer must apply for a residence permit for the purpose of working at the Entry-Exit Administration of the Public Security Bureau. Once the residence permit has been issued, the foreigner is finally legally qualified to work in China. It is very important to note that working illegally can result in serious consequences and lack of legal protection. In conclusion, working in China as a foreigner requires a number of steps and prerequisites to be met. It is important to consult with local authorities when preparing the required materials to ensure that nothing important is left out. By following the steps outlined above, foreigners can legally work in China and enjoy the many opportunities that China offers. Thank you for watching today's video. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay tuned for our next episode where we will talk about how to register a trademark in China.